Why do humans crave control so desperately? Why do we build systems, rules, and walls around ourselves, even when those walls become our prison? Look at history. Kings, emperors, conquerors. They all believed power would make them untouchable. Yet every one of them fell to the same force they once commanded. The desire to control is not about strength. It is about fear. The fear of losing ourselves. The fear of being insignificant. The fear of a world we cannot predict. Nietzsche called it the will to power. Freud said it is our defense against chaos. Modern psychology says it's survival. But what if the real danger is not being powerless? What if the real danger is seeking power? Because power does not protect you. Power consumes you. Power makes you fight shadows until you become one. Welcome to the paradox of control. The more we chase it, the less we have. From the moment we are born, we are powerless. We can't feed ourselves. We can't defend ourselves. We can't even speak. So the human mind develops its first instinct, control. If we can predict our environment, we survive. If we can influence others, we belong. But this instinct grows into something darker. The child who demands attention becomes the adult who demands obedience. Approval turns into dominance. Fear turns into ambition. Societies reflect this same transformation. Tribes formed leaders. Leaders formed kingdoms. Kingdoms built empires. Empires demanded loyalty. Loyalty became submission. Submission became slavery. Every step toward power was a step away from freedom. Humans became masters of the world, yes, but also prisoners of their own systems. We built cages and then worshiped the locks. Control feels like certainty, but the world is unpredictable. A storm can erase a city. A virus can shut down the planet. A lie can destroy a reputation in seconds. Control is an illusion we cling to so we don't collapse into chaos. Foucault said, power is not something one has, okay? It is something that circulates. A king without subjects is not a king. A boss without workers is not a boss. A leader without followers is simply alone. Power depends on others. It depends on belief. If belief disappears, power evaporates. That is why rulers fear their people more than their enemies. That is why companies monitor their workers and customers. That is why relationships built on jealousy and manipulation always end in heartbreak. The tighter we grip control, the faster it slips through our fingers. Like holding water in a closed fist. Squeeze too hard, and you lose everything. Science decoded this dark truth long ago. Milgram experiment. Ordinary people obeyed authority, even when it meant hurting others. Why? Because obeying feels safer than standing alone. Stanford prison experiment. Nice people became cruel guards within days. Power didn't corrupt them, it revealed them. Skinner's conditioning, rewards and punishments control behavior better than force ever could. Humans don't just fear losing power, okay? We fear losing someone else's approval. So we obey rules that harm us, okay? We protect systems that exploit us. We defend leaders who betray us. Control isn't just imposed from above. We willingly invite it into our minds. History's greatest conquerors proved the paradox. Alexander the Great conquered the world, but died terrified of rebellion. Napoleon crowned himself emperor, then lost everything he fought for. Corporations today build empires greater than nations, but collapse when trust is broken. Power demands expansion. Power demands fear. Power demands sacrifice. The moment you believe you control everything, you lose control of yourself. Every dictator becomes paranoid. Every tyrant creates enemies. Every empire writes its own obituary, because control creates resistance. The more you dominate, the more the world pushes back. It's not just leaders and empires. It's us, the partner who checks your phone, the parent who decides your life, the friend who manipulates your choices. The boss who tracks every move. Control kills love, because love requires trust, and trust requires freedom. The more you try to control others, the more you expose your insecurity. You fear betrayal, you fear abandonment, you fear that without control, you are nothing. But relationships built on fear will always break. To keep someone, you must let them go. Every obsession reaches a breaking point. The emperor becomes a tyrant. The CEO becomes a villain. The partner becomes a guard. The mind becomes a prison. And suddenly, the one who controlled everything stands alone, surrounded by ruins they created themselves. Control promises safety, but delivers destruction. Power promises respect, but breeds fear. Victory promises peace, but ends in paranoia. You can conquer a nation, but not the human spirit. You can imprison a body, but not a mind. The greatest revolutions begin with a simple realization: I refuse to be controlled. So, what is real power? It's not the kind that commands, the kind that understands. Not the kind that fears others' freedom, the kind that celebrates it. True power begins where fear ends. Your ego says, control the world. Your soul says, control yourself. Peace is not found in dominance. It is found in acceptance. The world is chaos. People are unpredictable. Life has no guarantees. And that's what makes it beautiful. You don't conquer life by controlling it. You conquer it by embracing it. Power without awareness destroys. Awareness is power. Control nothing. Understand everything.